Hey now, hey now, hey now,
Hey now,
hey now,
hey now, hey now, everybody. Well, I hope you are all having a good SummerSlam weekend. Mine's been pretty good so far. Night 1 was good. I hope Night 2 doesn't suck. I'm curious what they're gonna do in that main event because it could go so many different ways, but we'll just have to wait and see. And that's why I'm streaming during the day as opposed to at night, because the thing starts at 6 and I wouldn't be available until like 10 o'clock, so that wasn't gonna happen. Anyway, so a bit of a different stream today. There's not a lot of Cobra stuff, but we got some at least. I look forward to Bacteria Burger. And we also will be watching this from interesting stuff from around the world. Kino Casino and the felting of DSP, the full Sordid story. Because I'm only somewhat aware of what happened between like Kino and DSP. Like I said in the past, I don't watch DSP regularly because I fucking value my time and sanity. No knock on those that do, but for me at this point it would just be hate watching, and I don't like hate watching. I don't like watching stuff that I know is gonna make me angry. So anyways, we'll check that out afterwards. I heard it was pretty good, and I am curious as to like the specifics of what went down with them. But let's get to the Boglum.
So I want to give condolences to the families of Malcolm, Jamal, Warner, Ozzy, Osborne, Chuck Mangone, and Hulk Hogan. It's been a rough week for a lot of people, man. And
that beer's looking awful.
Ozzy's death, I'm not gonna lie, man. At the moment, I'm working on a tribute song for Ozzy for my new album. I want to release it for free because I don't want to profit off of certain things. You know, I would play a snippet of it right now, but I haven't layered the vocals and finished the song yet. So I gotta finish recording the vocals and then layer the song. That's got a really nice acoustic.
Of course, we need some vodka.
Free because I did steal a beat from someone to make it happen, but it sounds good.
That doesn't make it right or legal, pal.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
and a little bit of this tropical 7-Up. I wasn't too familiar with all the other celebrities' works, but I adore the ground and worship the ground Ozzy walks on. Him dying really fucking smites.
I still love that
I do know
YouTube
that Hulk
translates it
Hogan
as
got
Aussie.
canceled for dropping the N-bomb on TV, and I'm like, oh yeah.
What?
What?
That is totally not what happened. He dropped the N-bomb on TV. People talking about Hulk Hogan have dropped the N-bomb on TV. That's completely true.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
But no, Hogan has never dropped the N-bomb on TV.
If you're a white person, you shouldn't be saying that, but at the same time, it's like, black people say it all the fucking time, and when they say it, either no one's allowed to say it, or you stop policing people's speech. I'm not trying to be a dick,
But
when you see all these assholes accusing the Osbournes of being racist, I'm just like, right. That's why the security guard they had that worked for them on the Osbournes TV show was a big black man, if I do recall. See, if Ozzy and Sharon were fucking racist,
I love the
security guard. And like,
I love the thing of like, oh, if they were racist, they wouldn't have this particular black person in their life. Like, I'm not saying that the Osbournes are racist. I mean, I don't know. I doubt it. But the idea of like, well, if they were racist, they would make sure there'd be no black people around them. I'm pretty sure that's not quite how it works.
I don't give a fuck who you are. As long as you're not a goddamn sicko, we're cool. Like, shit. That is what we call hypocrisy. And one thing that Ozzy Osbourne's music has taught me for sure is that there's not enough love in the world. We've had a black president. Slavery for African Americans has been gone for well over 200 years. And yet there's still tension amongst certain groups of people. It's just what it is, and it's fucking sad, dude. So yeah, my condolences go out to everyone who lost a favorite celebrity this week or so.
Well, that's nice.
You know, and fucking, it sucks, but that's just part of life.
It is what it is.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking Ozzy's death pretty fucking hard, but...
Oh, you could have fooled me.
I have a couple of drinks.
Oh, really?
What?
Just remember there's a lot of Danny Phil's still kicking, and... fucking...
Wait, what? What the hell did he say?
Kicking. Just remember there's a lot of Danny Phil's still kicking, and... fucking... Like, that's what I'm saying. Good food, good drink, good music, good company, and good...
Anyone quite sure what he was talking about there?
That's what it is.
Anyone here in general?
Well, luckily, I found another bottle of Everclear tucked behind my computer. Whoopsie.
Oh, no.
I got those a couple of days ago. And then... they're little...
You think of how fucked up you are when you forget you have booze. Like, should never be, oh, I stumbled upon this unopened liquor in my house. Like, bro, that's not something anyone should be saying.
Tiny balls, and they're nothing like super big, you know. That's enough to get the job done. You just gotta... for one, the new one, I'm gonna have to fucking bloody get some more chase for it. Everclear is mean, dude. You don't need a whole lot of that to fuck your world up.
Yeah, I'd hope
Yeah,
not.
the day
It's
Ozzy
like
Osbourne
90
fucking
proof.
died, YouTube. My YouTube
Or,
fans
like
started
90%
asking me a
alcohol.
bottle of vodka and then some, you know, and I really appreciate that. The whole world is grieving for Ozzy amongst other people that have died this week, and it's just been rough for a lot of people, so, you know, fuck all the hate and bullshit and condolences, of course. I know my fucking YouTube fans are gonna definitely be on my side on this, like, Cobra, we got your back. I know my YouTube trolls are gonna be fucking having a field day with this and giving me shit about it, and it's just like, oh, well, you can't respond to us because your phone's broken. I'm like, you know what? If my troll's giving me shit about Ozzy Osbourne dying,
Wait, didn't he
makes them
get a
feel
new
better about
phone?
their sad, fucking, pathetic puke of a life, then I say, well, at least I'm
I thought he got a new phone. Like, I know he broke it again recently, but I thought he got a new one.
helping in some
Or
way,
did
right?
Thank you.
Let me
Misremembering
give
that.
you a piece of advice from somebody who's been on YouTube long enough, man.
Oh,
You
God, look at
cannot
those
control
feet.
what your
Hold on.
trolls do. All you can do is control how you react to it. And if your reaction pisses them off, all of a sudden you're the bigger troll. So now they have to try harder to troll you. And then if you don't go out of your way to troll
Like, the
them in the
bottom of
first
his feet
place,
look like he's been
who
walking around in
wins?
coal.
That's the secret to dealing with internet trolls. People give me so much shit for being one of Ozzy's biggest fans, and the nastiest things they say, it's like, Jesus Christ, my trolls need help, man. They do anything they can to fuck with me, and it's just sad. The lives my trolls live, it's sadder than Ozzy dying, in my personal opinion. I'm not too familiar with the other two celebrities or Hulk Hogan that much, but we lost a couple of celebrities this week. I do know that Hulk Hogan's a wrestler, and like, I wasn't too big into wrestling unless the chicks were fighting, and I'm like, all right, now we got something. Chicks in bikinis wrestling, yeah.
I guess he was a fan in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Celebrities who were fans of their work. Let them rest in peace. What's been done is done, you know? You can't erase the past. You can't. Oh, that's got a bite to it. I know as soon as I go live and leave the comments section turned on, people are going to immediately dog on Ozzy because, oh, Cobra's live. We got to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, no. Next time I go live, comments are turned off. Oh, that's because you can't handle the comments. I mean, no, it's because you couldn't handle 5 minutes in my shoes. If your fucking hero just died and people are talking mad shit, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously, my YouTube trolls are fucking more obsessed with me than I am with Ozzy, and it's fucking unhealthy, dude. It's
Keep
sadder
telling
than my
yourself
drinking.
that.
1 second. I want to finish my next album and then work on my
Yeah, I agree,
my
newbie.
story that
Welcome.
I'm writing,
Hey now,
Dragon
hey
Cobra,
now.
you know, man. Like, I would sacrifice all the record deals in the world to fucking bring Ozman back and in better health, but there's nothing you can do about it, YouTube. He's gone, you know. And I think that's why my trolls are so fucking
Of
miserable.
course, if he keeps living like this, he ain't gonna be around much longer.
They're consumed by their hatred of Cobra, and they have no love in their life, and it's fucking sad, dude. Like, oh, Cobra,
You can't live like Cobra's lived
They'll text me
and
that dumb
expect
shit all the time,
to
and it's like, why the
last a
fuck
while.
do you care if I have alcohol or not? Sincerely, are you some like dumbass 12-year-old who wishes they were old enough to drink? So see Cobra whipping up a mean cocktail, and you're just like, oh.
Oh yeah, I really want to have what he's
The
drinking.
tropical 7-Up and the bloody vodka, but I'm down to my last can of tropical 7-Up, so it is what it is. It doesn't bloody matter because I've been on a fucking bender for like the last 3 to 4 days.
I totally believe that.
Bawling my eyes out, drinking and listening to Ozzy.
Although I think he said years wrong. Oh, here we go.
Up YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Got some Tampico Man. And this is the mango orange juice punch flavor.
Oh God, how much sugar does that have in it? Ugh! Wait a minute, he lives by himself,
Yeah,
so
sorry about
whatever.
the alcohol situation. I've got just a little bit of this left.
Oh.
And I got this.
Ugh.
This one's brand new. This one's just about empty, man. And then I got a splash of that left.
Ugh.
So, I appreciate the fans who sent this vodka when Ozzy died. That was very, very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, of course. They sent, like, the worst vodka, like, in terms of, like, for you and thing that'll just fuck you up. Like, I'm surprised they... Well, I would guess either that or, like, the cheapest shit vodka you can buy, like Popov or one of those ones where you can get, like, the big bottle for under $10. Those ones are, like, drinking battery
well, like, as a
acid.
general, I just appreciate y'all caring about me and shit in this time of grief that I'm going through.
Yeah, clearly they care about you.
Ooh, that's a little stiff.
I bet. Welcome, Dasher.
Hey now.
Mm.
I don't know, am I, like,
YouTube.
stupid? Like, aren't you... you know, I've brought this up numerous times on stream, and then I get different answers, but I've always thought that the way you make a cocktail is you put the alcohol in first, and then you put in the mixer so that the mixer helps cover up the alcohol taste. But I've seen a bunch of people, including him, well, I see him do it the other way around, and I'm like, well, that looks stupid. But then when I bring it up, other people are like, no, I do that too. And I'm like, wait, really?
That screwdriver is delightful. YouTube, so we got some snacks to reviews.
Yeah, since moving into the trailer, things have really gone downhill.
Hot. Extra hot.
Oh, God.
Oh, snaps. Oh, man,
I bet that smelled awful.
Extra flaming hot Cheetos. Extra flaming hot crunchy. Chip review queso ruffles.
Like, this is mainly what he's,
cheese it, that's
you know,
fucking where it's at.
eat.
Jesus Christ, it's a C-bomb. Cheese it duos, bacon and...
No, you can tell he's still on his bender. He is still drinking. It's not a cooking video. Oh, just wait, Dasher. Wait till you see what's coming next.
And cheddar cheese, 2 different flavors. And if you like these fucking food reviews, man, stick around, because Monday's going to be a sick food review, dude.
Oh, here's Monday.
So I got 2 delicious catering options from Albertsons. An entire platter of these delicious-looking club sandwiches. I also got a platter of pinwheel sandwiches, which are... I love pinwheel sandwiches. They're delicious.
Bro, dude, like, that's like what you bring to a meeting. That's not something you buy for one person.
Platter. Come on, bro. You want a sandwich.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
God damn. I mean, yeah, those look good, but...
The pinwheels. They came with pickles. These pinwheels are delectable. They're basically like little finger sandwiches you make with tortilla shells.
With what? I'm sorry, please repeat that.
Finger sandwiches you make with tortilla shells.
Tortilla shells, really?
What?
But snacking on them platters. These club sandwiches ain't half bad either.
Those are probably the healthiest things he's eating.
I got from Albertsons. I've been snacking on both trays all day, and I must say that these are quite delicious. Not a sponsor. There's a cross section with that sandwich.
Although maybe he doesn't cook the burger. Let's see.
What up, YouTube? So someone sent me a big old bag of Wendy's on the 27th, and I'm now just...
Wait, hold on. Oh God, it's the 30th. Okay, so that's what he meant in the title. I thought he was saying that when it says bacteria burger, I thought it meant that he cooked it bad. Okay, that's on me.
Sent me a big old bag of Wendy's on the 27th, and I'm now just getting around to eating it because I already had other food I was eating. And I appreciate whoever sent this. This is the new Takis Fuego meal with a spicy Takis chicken sandwich. It's going to be rather stale, but I don't give a damn.
I'm glad to see all things are well. What's your thoughts on the 2 marathon a month idea that Phil laid out for us?
Oh, thank you, Moo
Those
Buckle.
fries are going to be stale as shit.
Appreciate it. To get to your thing, 2 marathon a month idea. I mean, look, if he can pull it off, like, on the one hand, more power to him, but on the other hand, it's like, how sad is that? Like, it's not really special if you're doing it twice a month. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Like, when I've done marathons, they're like, whether it's a reward, like a true reward, or my fundraising marathons, like there should be something special. And he just does them like because it's easy cash. He'll typically bring in more money during those than on regular streams, like if you combine the times. So it really is just out of greed. He's not doing it to enhance the experience for his audience. It's just a cheat code to get cash. I wouldn't mind doing more marathons, but like I need like an incentive. Not that I'm saying like, you know, hint, 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 you gotta tip me, but like I need like a theme and I need, you know, some push or motivation. You know what I mean?
It's from the other day, mind you.
Like, obviously, the fundraiser, because it's a thing I do in memory of my mom on Memorial Day, because Memorial Day is also the day that my fundraiser video dropped, and that's the only reason why anyone even knows who I am. So, in that sense, it makes, or in that, excuse me. In that case, it makes sense.
Stale. I haven't been very hungry since Ozzy died.
But then again, all he's done is food reviews.
Like, I don't want this going to waste if I can help it. This one's a little stale from the other day, but...
Oh, wow. I was not aware of that. I mean, I know, obviously, don't leave food out for that long, but I didn't realize that cooked chicken can go bad in 2 hours. That's crazy.
This is the Takis chicken spicy sandwich.
That's actually okay. My son wanted to try it because he likes Takis, and I had a few bites.
It is a little stale from being on the counter, but...
Oh yeah, God, those Takis must be like mush right now.
This was ordered on the 27th, and I already had like these big-ass platters of sandwiches and stuff.
You know he didn't put that in the fridge. Maybe he's trying to lose weight now. He's put on weight. It
would definitely taste a lot better if it was fresh, but...
Stop eating it.
I appreciate people want to send me food to like review and shit. Like, you send me too much of it, and then eventually it just piles up, and then a lot of it ends up going to waste because it goes stale, and then I can't eat it because, you know what I'm saying?
Then stop eating it.
But the new Takis spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's.
Ugh. The fries are actually pretty good. The Taki fries that they have, those are actually pretty good. I like those more than the burger.
We take out the equation that it's been sitting out for a hot minute.
Oh, more than a minute.
And I'm grateful for everything that my fans do to me, but do for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this ain't my first rodeo with a steel chicken sandwich.
Oh, I bet it's not.
I ain't got to review that shit fresh.
Yeah, I mean,
because if it tastes good stale, then I know it tastes good fresh. And my taste buds are not that picky. And like I said, I haven't been very hungry since.
Yeah, like I would never go out of my way to order the Taki chicken sandwich. Like I said, it was just my son wanted it, so I got it for him, and I had a few bites of my own. If I'm going to Wendy's, I'm just getting like a bacon cheeseburger.
It is what it is.
And fries.
I'm sure those Taki fries are good too. This strawberry lemonade ain't half bad either. This has been sitting out with them.
Oh, God.
So I guess there you go. It was a good review. What is up, you glorious wankers? I'm currently going through having a mild cough and sore throat. It just came out of nowhere. You know how that goes. And so I'm kind of just pushing through that. I'm out of booze at the moment, but no worries. And this is what's left of my tobacco, so I'll have to get me some more cigarettes when I can, but yeah. If you're going to talk shit on Ozzy Osbourne, you're just going to get deleted from the comment section. But trolls are predictable assholes. You know, Ozzy died. It sucks. People are going to give me shit about it, but you'll just get banned. Dealing with the sore throat and the cough, tobacco and out of booze. What are you doing? Yeah. Ain't no skin off my shoes.
I'll be having some booze later for SummerSlam. I'm also smoking my ribs. I saw the
procession they were doing, parade, and yeah, that was hard to watch.
Having smoked ribs with JR's barbecue sauce. Well, the
last couple of days,
little bit that I have remaining.
I want to remember Ozzy for his smart mouth, the way his smile lit up the room, and his awesome music. You know, if you're gonna talk shit in the comment section, you're just gonna get.
I mean, did Ozzy's smile really light up the room, especially in his later years? It always looked kind of like, ugh, like.
Band. I hate sickos more than I hate Ozzy dying. Like
he's acting like he was Whitney Houston or something.
Seriously, piss off. Yeah, I'm aware of the fact that Ozzy died. You don't gotta keep reminding me. Fucking the last couple of days have been super hard on me emotionally. Like, well, that's your opinion. You can get hidden from my channel. If you're gonna talk shit about Ozzy Osbourne, then you're gonna get banned from my channel. I'm not putting up with it. The man just died. Fucking leave him alone, dude. Leave his fucking goddamn family alone.
It's been over a week.
Fucking children. My children are such losers, dude. Right now, I'm just about out of tobacco. Got no booze. Fucking got a sore throat.
Exactly. So that's why we're alive.
I'm like, fuck this shit. It's all good, though.
Look at his feet.
If Ozzy can be sober from booze, then so can I. It's not going to kill me to go a couple days until I get my, what's it called? Patreon. Yeah, my Patreon shout-outs. That's a cool shirt. Yeah, it's my favorite Ozzy t-shirt.
How many people are on his Patreon? I should look that up.
I own several pairs of this shirt. How's it going, Cobra? Just fucking fantastic. I got a sore throat. One of my idols died, and Another day, another dollar, another buck. Not sure how many of these I own, but I know I have several pairs of the same shirt.
He
I'm
has
just eating leftovers.
14 paid members, and he's getting $70.94 a month on Patreon. And he posts one video every month. That's all he does for Patreon. He has 2 tiers. And so the lowest one is Chill Cobras, $6.66 a month. Get it? 666. You get a shout out and muscle flex. Or you get a shout outs. And then $20 a month, Cool Cobras. This will get you basic stuff like shirtless guitar playing, working out shirtless. Okay.
I'm not particularly hungry at the moment. You all saw the review that I did earlier. Favorite Ozzy Osbourne song? I like them all, to be honest. I like his Bees Gees remake that he did of Staying Alive, Staying Alive.
He did a remake of Staying Alive?
The disco train.
Did he really
I wouldn't
do
say
that?
I'm Ozzy Osbourne's biggest fan, to be honest. It's not a competition. It's all about just supporting his music and grieving, for the world has lost one of the coolest rock stars ever.
Let me hide
yes,
this.
it is, dude. Don't argue with someone who has the song on his iTunes. Fuck off. I'm surprised you aren't crying. Oh, fuck you. Oh, yeah, so everyone can make fun of Cobra and call him a big baby for crying out about Ozzy's death. Fuck off, loser. Well, believe me, I've had a good cry about it, but there's no sense in, like, you know.
Oh, I've seen
Let's
that.
not have any
If you haven't seen a grown man cry over a dead celebrity, you haven't seen enough grown men.
Comments about his children either. Let's not cover my Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, so let's go to artists. Let's see. Green Day, Guns N' Roses, Hammerfall, Hinder, Insane Clown Posse, Jacob Stream, Johnny Cash, Journey. Excuse me. Deal with the sore throat and a mild cough, but it is what it is. But yeah, Ozzy did do it.
My throat hurts, so I'm going to do an activity that requires that I talk a lot.
A remake to Staying Alive by the Bees Gees. If you don't believe me, hopefully we won't get copyright for playing it. I'm doing a tribute song for Ozzy on my next album, and it'll be available for free because I used someone else's guitar for it, but I don't want to make money off of tributing that man. That would just seem sleazy. Oh yeah, an Ozzy Billy and Elijah collab would have been pretty sweet. Fuck sickos and fuck the trolls. I fucking hate Cyrax. Go fuck yourself, dude. No, the fuck she's not. And if Jessica Boyle shows up to Casper, she will have the cops called on her. Thanks for tuning in to watch.
I kind of hope
Not
that
drinking anything
happens.
and not amount of alcohol, but it is what it is. Well, who sent the $34? That was nice of you. Thank you, Laura and Commendin for sending that. Well then, I think we might be able to make something happen after all.
Yeah.
What about Bud Light Platinum? They're blue. One of Ozzy's favorite colors is blue. He likes blue, black,
Exactly.
and purple.
Literally just went right to booze. He's already shopping for it. Does the money really transfer that fast? But I know PayPal doesn't. You need like a day. Like, I don't know how Cash App works. Is Cash App instant? And can you use that to buy booze?
It should
like,
be enough to order some cigarettes and at least 2 beers.
I mean, I guess I'm just... Oh, God. I mean, I guess I'm just a boomer because I just go to the store when I want to buy
2-3
booze.
days now. Just Enough to wet your whistle.
Jesus Christ.
Thank
He's
you for
literally
your
filling
order.
out the
You're
order for the
absolutely welcome.
booze delivery.
It'll get here within the next hour and a half or so.
My
That was
God.
bloody excellent. Oof.
Bro, like, this is the kind of shit I would expect to see from Only Use Me Blade. Like, to see Cobra doing it, like, I'm not shocked. I'm just, like, maybe disappointed is the wrong word. Just, I don't know.
Yo, my armpits fucking stink. I need to fucking put
Shower.
some deodorant on, among other things.
Yeah, it's called showering.
Right there. Bond #1 deodorant. This smells like Bond #1. Excellent. Put a little bit of that pit stink on there. Guard from it, yes. Oh, yeah, that's
Like, when
better.
you can smell your own stink, that means things are
Of course, you gotta wear
really bad.
deodorant, and I trust Bond #1 deodorant for my pits.
Not a sponsor.
Yes, Tactical Soap makes deodorant. And they also make a body butter,
Wait, hold on. I want to see how much their deodorant costs.
which is a lotion, excuse me, and you can put it on your skin to keep your skin nice and moist. Just take a little bit on your fingers and rub it all over your skin. This stuff is great for when you get out of the shower and you're done showering with your Tactical Soap.
God
And
damn.
then you put on your body butter. It keeps your skin extra hydrated after the shower.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that smells good. That smells
Bro.
good. It smells just like...
Hold on. Yo, that thing of deodorant. I swear this is true. Hold on, I'll just pull it on the thing here. Look at this shit. $30. Go away. $30 for one thing of cologne or of deodorant. That is insane. Like, if I buy the right deal, I can get like 10 things of deodorant for that price. What a fucking waste of money. Wow. And you know he paid full price. Well, 30 is the discount price. So that means like the normal price is $40. That is insane.
the Bond #1.
Unless it
No, they're
can
not a
make women
sponsor, but I
blow
do
me,
have an
I ain't
affiliate
paying that
link.
much.
And I make a couple cents off of every time people buy through the link, so... Oh, yeah. Tactical Soap works. I love this product. I suffer from Asperger's syndrome, so sometimes I come off as really creepy or socially awkward around the
Sometimes.
fairer sex. And I'm very self-conscious about my Asperger's. But when I put on Tactical Soap, fucking, I feel like a man. This stuff is called God of War Pheromone Beard Oil.
What?
This stuff is amazing for the beard. Pretty straightforward. And it's also infused with the same pheromones that you get with Tactical Soap.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta see how much this is. Beard oil. Bro.
You
That
can dab
shit
it
costs
in the palm of the
$40.
hand. Rub it.
That small, container is $40. That is insane. If I were Sony, I would sue the shit out of them.
On this side. Watch out. This stuff will leave your beard smelling extra sexy for the ladies.
Because they're totally
And
ripping
there will be
off
your beer.
the God of War font and Kratos. Yeah, if I were Sony, I would sue the shit out of them.
Really freaking soft. When am I going to make another batch of mead? Yes, I do shower. When I can. Oh, I already ordered some alcohol. You don't gotta send me more of it. But I'll have the ID ready. If you're gonna talk shit on the beard oil and talk shit on Ozzy, you're gonna get banned from chat. Fucking hate Cyrax. Grow the fuck up. Am I getting alcohol? I'm in the process of, yes.
Oh, has it arrived?
Well, I got the vodka that the people sent. I appreciate that.
Oh boy, let's see the haul.
Like the fucking Aussie guy, feeling the pain of the world along with my own pain. I'm very much empathetic
Let's numb it with
in that sense of
booze.
the word. And then I get a fucking sore throat and a nasty little cough, and I'm like, it's summertime. I shouldn't be getting sick.
Right, because you
I
can't get
hardly
sick
ever
in the
get sick,
summer.
though. I love my immune system, but that's besides the point.
Your immune system doesn't love you
Someone
back.
bought me this thing at Jack.
Oh, God.
They're like, yeah, I heard about Ozzy, man. Sorry for your loss.
Hold on a second.
This thing at Jack.
What the fuck? Did someone try to crucify him on a cross? What the hell happened to his wrist? Jesus.
What?
Like, does that look good to anyone? God damn.
Because they're like, yeah, I heard about Ozzy, man. Sorry for your loss. And I'm like, well, fuck me. All right, cool. There we go.
Wait, what kind of Marlboros come in a green package?
Oh, shit. Got a coupon? Yes, it is. Yeah, like I said, I got a sore throat over the weekend. Just came out of nowhere. Waking up with my nose being all stuffy and shit. So knowing me, I'm going to wear this Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt till it smells absolutely putrid. And someone says, Josh, sorry to hear about Ozbud, but put that shirt in the wash, mate. It smells like haggis.
I love that it needs to be told to wash.
Not haggis. The one British fish. I forget the fucking name of it. Haddock or some shit like that. I don't fucking
Pollock?
Haddock? You can't control your trolls, YouTube. All you can do is control how you react to them. And when you give them no platform to speak, it just makes them want to try harder. Like, the only reason y'all bought me the alcohol is because you want to see me get blackout drunk and bawl my eyes out about Ozzy. And it's like, well, I don't got to get blackout drunk to enjoy it.
Or you could just not drink it.
Drinking myself to death isn't going to bring Ozman back from the goddamn grave. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Ugh, I hate when he does that.
Well, thank you to all the fans who are tuning in to watch my live stream, and thank you for all the booze you sent me. That was more than generous. All I wanted was a pack of cigarettes and a couple of beers, and then they're like, nope, fuck that, Cobra. Here's a couple more bottles. Drink up, buddy. Well, you're not going to twist my Asperger's. That's fucking hard to do it. But if you think I'm going to get blackout drunk and obnoxious and start bawling my eyes out about Ozzy like a huge pussy on camera, just so my trolls can clip it and make fun of me and this and that. Like, no, I don't need to get blackout drunk. I do not need to get blackout drunk to enjoy Ozzy's memory. I don't.
No, you just don't have to do it on stream. He'll still do it, but we won't be able to watch it this time.
Well, there's nothing wrong with having a couple of drinks.
There's a world of difference between having a couple of drinks and what you're having.
And now, like, Oh, shit. Disclaimer, you must be 21 and up to enjoy cigarettes and whiskey. I like how when DoorDash was dropping off the liquor, they were like, I guess your friends really like you. And I'm like, yeah, my fans adore me, dude. It's awesome.
Can you imagine what that guy must have felt? Like he's just there doing the delivery and he has to, like, you can't just drop it off. You need to get the ID verification. And he has to go to the trailer park and this guy opens up the door. Like, goddamn. With how much Cobra drinks, I'm surprised his body's still fine. Welcome, Mexicano.
Hey now, hey now.
Well, there's no evidence that his body is fine. I think it's definitely breaking down. I mean, he's put on weight. He's really bloated. I'm sure his liver is in horrible shape. His kidneys probably aren't doing great. And that's not even talking about all the brain damage that he's done to himself from all the abuse. And his lungs.
Ooh. You got a nice buzz going. I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Well, I bet you do. Well, mission accomplished. He got the booze, so thank you, fuck you, bye. That is crazy. Okay, well, I need to take a brief break. Gotta just, like, stretch my legs and stuff. But when I come back, this will be like 3 minutes. Then we move on to the main event. The Kino Casino and the felting of DSP, the full Sordid story. Because I am genuinely curious about this. But, anyways, I'll be right back. And then we'll watch this. And we're back. Just a thing on the YouTube side. If we do hit our goal, then we can watch one of my cringy old videos that I made before the fundraiser video. Yes, I did actually have videos before the fundraiser thing took off. There's a reason why no one knew me before that video was released, because I made shit content. And the last time we watched my awful review of Horizon Zero Dawn, there's a couple other bad game reviews that I have as well. Like, they're even worse than, like, KO gaming quality. So, if you want to see them, you know. Like, it says 5 donations, but if I get, like, 10 total, like, I'll consider that fine, and we're already halfway there with $5, so... Anyways, let's get to the main attraction here.
Interesting.
With all these DMs, when the dust is settled, I think I'll be vindicated as having been one of the top level trolls or detractors of Phil ever. Maybe that's a bit premature. Maybe I'm sucking my own with that. But I really think once the dust settles and you're actually able to see beginning to end just how milked and felted Phil got during this whole arc and how much embarrassing dirt there is against Phil, I think even the most hardened detractors are gonna have to give me props for this one.
King is back, baby. He's here to stay.
Dark side Phil! Dark side Phil!
You're not freaking lying! I did tip freaking Phil!
I care more about Phil's life than he fucking does.
Go yourselves, you disingenuous pieces of human fucking shit. Oh!
Bow down to the king of kings. A 400-pound lesbian who looked at Bob. Walked all over internet legend Darkside Phil.
That's it. Last chance. Unless you contribute in the next 5 minutes, the streak is legit dead.
God damn. That is quite the intro, I'll give the guy that.
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Yeah, this is Kino Casino and the Felting of DSP from interesting stuff from around the world. There's a link in the video description.
Doing you alright? Today we'll be peeking into the shadowy corners of the internet and doing a deep dive into a niche saga that has passed most of the world by. A story packed full of twists and turns, ups and downs. A tale where an unexpected hero will rise to vanquish an unlikely alliance of online villains. And a morbidly obese puppet master will cackle all the way to the bank. But before we dive headfirst into the internet's anus and get lost in a pixelated void of algorithm-driven infamy, let's first meet some of the characters in this parable.
DSP.
Philip Brunel, otherwise known as Darkside Phil or DSP Gaming, is an infamous internet personality who got the nickname the King of Hate in his younger days when he played in competitive video game tournaments. Even at this early stage of his...
Wait, what do you mean he got the name? I thought, didn't he declare himself as that? Like, no one declared Michael Jackson the King of Pop. That was the name he gave himself. I'm pretty sure Phil gave himself the King of Hate moniker, didn't he?
Career, he was seen as rude, showing poor sportsmanship to his fellow gamers. Philip was unfazed by this nickname though, and even adopted the moniker for himself, which he used as part of his persona on his YouTube channel. Over the years, Phil has become best known for the time that he accidentally recorded himself making love to Madame Palm and her 5 lovely daughters before a live stream started.
Literally, no matter what else he does in his life, like, this is all Phil is ever going to be known for. And you know that fucking burns his asshole.
What is up, everyone? Hello, hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
very erotic. He is also well known for online begging, this being a dominant factor in his live streams.
Let's get our first tip of the night. Let's get our first memberships of the night. Let's get a super chat for the night in here. Please
for the
tip tonight.
raid.
Let's hit that goal. Let's get some contributions, but in particular tips. Let's get the tips coming in. Do not listen to any moron who tries to spin what I'm saying.
You just came for the main event. We're watching the Kino Casino and the Felting of DSP, the full Sordid story. So grab a chair, grab a drink, and join us.
Saying right now into something toxic and nonsensical and full of conspiracy theories. It's not. I'm being transparent with my audience. Basically, for the next few weeks, things will be financially tight for me because of reasons. If I saw a distinct increase in tip support for the next 2 weeks, it would actually allow me to sit back and more relax. Right now, I am kind of tense and on edge. I have a bathroom that's been broken for over 2 years. The shower doesn't work, the toilet doesn't work, the thing's falling apart. I can't do anything with it. I have no money for it. In the next few weeks, I now have to buy a ton of games. Sack of shit. All right, just think about what I just said. I have to buy Sonic Superstar, Mario Wonder, Spider-Man 2, and at the end of the month, Alan Wake 2, and that's at a minimum. Okay,
yeah,
at a minimum
exactly,
in a short period of time. You know, I have a broken dishwasher in my kitchen. I have cabinets that, no exaggeration, the drawers and doors are coming off the walls. And
like, bro, who cares? Like, okay, you want to hear my life? I have a shower that needs a new cartridge because it's draining. I have a sink that's leaking, and so there's water going on the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the thing that it sits on, and it's causing deterioration. Like, and I have some windows need to be replaced. Do you all care? Like, should I be using that to get money from you people? No. That's just how it is. Like, why are you burdening people with that information?
Just don't have money to do anything with it. They said, Phil, you know, we contribute
to you. Like, I legit don't have money to fix those things. He does.
It always seems like it's a black hole, because it always seems like no matter how much we contribute, you're always still having problems. You're always still in debt, and nothing's getting better. I agree with you.
This happens a lot repetitively.
Not that I wouldn't take any donations to help fix up the house. Hint, hint, hint.
What?
Over and over and over again. Phil also has a very complicated system of donation goals, with the final reward at the end of this tangled web of investment being that he will just eat some fast food for his viewers to watch. He is known for being a gaming live streamer who is not very good at playing games, and will blame everything apart from himself for his failure. Probably my favourite thing about Phil is his laugh, which some have likened to a seal.
Your partner died!
Oh, God. God, please stop. I'm going to hear this in my nightmares.
A big part of the DSP story are his detractors, who are unusually dedicated to logging and destroying everything that he does. They have a donation spreadsheet that is updated daily and tracks all of the money that Phil gets, including which game he was playing and what time the donation was made.
Is that still being updated? I feel like it's not. He's got to be talking about Pop's spreadsheet. Is that being updated? I feel like I know there are people online who are tracking him, but is that going on the spreadsheet?
They've also made search engines that you can use to search through his nearly 70,000 videos for keywords. We don't have time to get into the long list of detractor actions, but needless to say they are a very committed group and have plagued Philip's every move. To some, Phil is an artificial father figure, a synthetic friend that they must appease with money, so that he doesn't leave them to a bleak world of solitude. We call retards. To others, he is a farmer, mercilessly milking his small but loyal fan base for every drop. As DSP grew older, he shed the self-imposed title of the King of Hate so that he could focus on his non-drama based content. But his internet light was fading, with even his haters getting bored of hating him and his loyal fans starting to dwindle. This is the backdrop for Darkside Phil's decision to contact an internet drama show with a proposition, an event that would change his life forever.
Oh,
Kino
boy.
Casino is an energetic live streaming show based on Kick that covers internet oddballs and drama. The show aims to provide entertaining storylines with recurring characters that they ruthlessly roast for up to 8 hours straight. If you've watched my video on Ian Miles Chong, you may recognise one of the hosts. His name is Andy Worski, and he used to run a successful show on the internet blood sports side of YouTube. On Kino Casino, he mostly just laughs at jokes
And he
told
was a
by the
massive
other host, who is
cokehead.
known as PPP. Real name Ashton Parks, he is known for once flashing his chocolate starfish on a live stream, and for being a rather
Really?
large man.
I'm fat. If I don't lose weight, I'm gonna die.
Ashton has a personality to match his body size, and is a very excitable fellow who screams, "Whoa, buddy," a lot, and hits a triangle whenever one of his victims has been felted. The term felted is kind of like the show's catchphrase and comes from Ashton's days of playing poker. Once all of your chips are gone, there is nothing in front of you but felt, hence the term felted. The symbolism being that the victim of their ridicule now has nothing left.
You know what? Thank you. I honestly didn't know what the fuck felt. I mean, I know what felted means, but I didn't know like the origins of it. So I learned something new today.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Ethan
God.
Ralph was once a well-known streamer who hosted a successful internet blood sports show on YouTube called The Kill Stream. He was once friends with Andy but had a public falling out with him, and now the pair seem to be bitter enemies. Ethan's downward spiral from well-known streamer to internet laughingstock is outside of the scope of this video, but he's really not the best of people, and he spends most of his time lost in a haze of drug-fueled meltdowns, scraping a living by becoming a one-man freak show. Kino Casino cover his trials and tribulations regularly, which has only made Ralph resent the show more, which in turn brings the casino joy and laughter.
Oh, God.
Review Tech USA, real name Richard, is again a once successful YouTuber who has had a self-induced meltdown to become an internet lolcow, selling his dignity for a fistful of dollars. In a world where we are taught to savour everyone else's failure, Richard has tried to jump aboard the gravy train and now attempts to make fun of lolcows, seemingly unaware that he is one himself. To add to the delusion, he even has a button that he presses to simulate an adoring live studio audience.
I'm sure that's just a little bit of a coincidence. I'm sure there's nothing else going on that would make you actually reach out to me.
One of Richard's targets over the years has been our mate Darkside Phil. Richard has been commenting on Phil's shortcomings for about a decade now, with DSP rarely replying, but this was all about to change. Kino Casino...
I still love the fact that him and Phil are not only close in age, but they fucking both are from Bridgeport. Like, you can't make this shit up.
Cover Richard a lot and are not very flattering about him, which has left a lot.
And I'm sure Bridgeport is ashamed of both of them. The question is, which one are they more ashamed of? What do you all think?
Bad blood between them. So that's a very brief overview of the main players in the game and what brought them all to this point. There is one more person that we'll cover when he enters the story, but for now let's get started at the beginning. Darkside Phil, the once shining light of internet lolcows, was now but a dim shadow of his former glory, a fading relic of a bygone time. He was still an online comfort to his few remaining genuine fans and a grotesque spectacle to his resolute detractors. But the internet as a whole had moved on from its pastime of mocking Philip and had found new, more exciting sources of amusement. Review Tech USA would still clumsily try to mock Phil, seemingly in an attempt to rise himself from the bottom of the pecking order, but this would inevitably backfire on Richard and just draw more attention to his own shortcomings. Shortcomings that Kino Casino would gleefully spend hours talking about. Philip was now at his wit's end with Review Tech USA after many years of harassment, so unexpectedly decided to contact an internet live streaming show that spends hours mocking people just like him. It's a bold move, I guess we'll see how it works out for him. Kino Casino had never really covered Darkside Phil, but did have a long history of covering Review Tech, so I'm guessing in them he saw an ally.
How it started?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And it seems that Phil was correct in this line of thought, as the casino had a strong disliking for Review Tech. Plus, being showmen, they knew that a crossover between them and Darkside Phil would bring a lot of viewers, so it was a no-brainer for them. The hosts of Kino Casino started to pay Phil compliments, a phenomenon that he was not used to and found intriguing, as all of his internet interactions were normally negative. Well, apart from his loyal loyal fans, but we'll get onto them later. The casino would watch Phil's replies to review tech, laughing at his jokes and agreeing with his points, extending the olive branch to this forsaken internet legend.
Every word from the king's mouth here is righteous and true. Like, he's just nailing it. It's so simple and so eloquent.
Yeah.
The way that he's describing Rich's descent into the grift. You know, Rich started it, but Phil is going to end it right now. Yeah, I know Blanket's saying, like, Phil is so eloquent when he felts these guys. What's happening? Like, he's more eloquent than I am. Like, he's just so straight. He's
simple.
So straight to the point. Is it just me, or has Phil lost weight?
Yeah. Everyone goes up to Phil's channel. Tell him the Kino Casino loves him.
Tell him.
Tell him.
There are many who've claimed to be king of the sector, but there's only one true king. The king in the snort. Darkside Phil.
Let's f***ing go.
Darkside Phil had been on the wrong side of the internet for a long time now, so he is no fool and was wary that this could all be a trick. A build them up to tear them down con that would give his detractors yet another victory, so he played it safe and watched the casino with a keen eye, spending hours in the chat of their live streams to see what the fans had to say, listening to every word that left PPP's mouth with a critical ear, and over time it became clear to him that this was no trick, but instead a meeting of the minds over their mutual dislike of Review Tech USA. Plus, this would be a good career move for Phil, so he agreed to appear on the Kino Casino. YouTuber June the King was finishing off a documentary about Review Tech USA, so this would be the vehicle for Phil and the casino to team up. They would watch the documentary live and give their thoughts, which was sure to be unkind to Richard. Once this spectacular announcement was made public, his nemesis Rich was quick to try and pour water on the newly kindling flames of DSP's success, claiming that this choice would backfire on Phil, but the casino were quick to defend their new ally.
A king delivers righteous judgment from his throne of power, and thus spoke Darkside Phil your feltoning into existence, Rich.
Yeah, I'm sure going on a show that has viewers. A show that's
like of a magnitude like 8, 9, 10 times bigger than yours at 1 a.m. You know, still 10 times bigger than your show. That's really gonna backfire on Phil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure us, like, we have supporters who have money, us directing them to Phil, and them just, you know, opening their wallets before the king and paying tribute to the king. I'm sure that's going to backfire on Phil. I'm sure us dunking on you with Phil and watching the June the King document, that's really going to backfire on Phil.
The casino and Phil were now on a firm footing, with him being a regular in their chat and asking them to roast his food review videos, with them happily obliging. This was just a light-hearted roasting, and it seems that they were now becoming more than just allies, but actually friends. This sudden swell of support for
Like I said, I don't watch Phil, so I haven't been seeing all these awful eating streams. I actually do have a song, like a song parody based off of all his eating, but I need to actually record it. I have all the lyrics and the music, but I need to learn how to sing first, unfortunately. That or find someone who will sing it for me. And there haven't been any takers, unfortunately.
DSP didn't go unnoticed by his detractors, who started to bombard the casino with negative messages and comments. But the casino were unfazed by this, so did an interview with Phil in which they asked him softball questions and made claims like he was a trailblazer on YouTube in order to stick up the middle finger to the detractors. This interview was a big hit for all involved and was one of the most...
Whoa, hold on.
The middle finger to the detractors. This interview...
Negative stream, look at the views. Phil, the great interview. This is Growth Phil. Untapped value DSP. My friends loved your IRL stuff. You did Bass like cooking with the king. Oh, give me a fucking break.
It was a big hit for
These
all
people
involved.
Better be LARPing. Great interview. Casino's here first. It was a good, respectful podcast. Keeman DSP stream. I love it. Oh, God. They left $10 catching the replay.
And was one of the most successful.
As a fan of Keemstar, I have to say DSP are much cooler in this interview. A wholesome moment these two have come together. I love people giving like technical advice.
streams in the casino's history, but behind the scenes, some fans were unhappy with this new turn that the Kino Casino had taken, and a lot of Darkside Phil's detractors were furious that their once pet had broken free and was now being given a redemption arc. Philip himself was over the moon that he had been given a second chance and was now a man reinvigorated with life, taking on the trolls that had once dominated him. He had friends now fighting in his corner, so he used this opportunity to take the fight to the detractors, making videos to mock them, to felt his once slave masters, and also to beg his new viewers for money. In a very short time, things had turned around for Philip Brunel, and this could be the start of a new positive era in his career. The metamorphosis from lol cow to cash cow that he had no doubt dreamed about while in the shadows was now taking place.
Lol cow to cash cow.
Phil had long left the King of Hate persona far behind him on his quest to be a drama-free content creator, but the casino had other ideas and would regularly refer to him as the King, doing grand verbose speeches about the regal King Philip of Darkside.
Darkside Phil is coming! The King is coming! The King is coming! Bow down to the King!
This is crazy.
This is the real family of Phil. Robert Burnell, Lord of the Manor of Balgriffin, and Baron of the Irish Exchequer. Possibly the same Robert Burnell who was Mayor of Dublin.
Oh, what did that last one say? Philip Burnell, son of David the Sheriff, one of the most prolific gaming YouTubers.
Possibly the same Robert Burnell who was Mayor of Dublin. He's a king. We know he's a legend. We know he's an antediluvian king of Kino, and he lives in the spirit of 2007 forever. We know that.
The king needs some gestures, and we're gonna.
Right. Well, no, we're the knights in the king's court.
Phil and the casino were gaming with each other on live streams and getting along in general, just internet buddies hanging out. But the more that the casino shone a good light on Phil, the more that the creatures of the night grew angry. The detractors started to dox Kino Casino viewers and even threatened the editor of the show. But the casino stuck by Phil and grew more determined to help DSP get the upper hand on this long-standing plague.
Today we got one from a guy. He's now deleted his account.
Yeah.
He said he was planning Discord ops against us to ruin our lives. And he's
Were people really doxing workers of the Kino Casino? I mean, I didn't see that. Was that like a Kiwi Farms driven thing?
Said he was taking us to war for being friends with Phil. Like, what's wrong with you, man? It's not normal. This is unhinged.
Look, there are some. I will say this about the detractors, though. Okay, I'm not gonna all of them because half of them have DM'd me and want to stay anonymous. First of all, and they're like, "Listen, I'm not part of that group of who are like spamming and crying."
Listen, the detractors, these detractors are like, the only ones worse are the fucking Wings A-logs. Yeah. Everyone knows it to be true. It's just unhinged. And all we want to do is have a conversation with Phil. The seething peasant in chat. Why are y'all gassing up that loser, Phil? He has terrible content, averages like 50 viewers.
No.
First of all, buddy, you're lucky you haven't been banned, okay? Don't you ever dare disparage and lie upon the king's name like that.
I spit on you.
The big day was now upon us, the long-anticipated moment the Darkside Phil fans and Kino Casino fans alike had been patiently waiting for. The roast of Review Tech USA and the June the King documentary.
We are tremendous, so pleased to be in the court.
We're not
King
worthy.
Darkside Phil. None of us are worthy of the honor to touch the hem of your garment here in the castle of Kino, the Darkside Phil React channel.
So now, after 10 years of basically holding my tongue, finally tonight, the camera gets turned back on the bully, and we...
Tonight,
What do you mean holding your tongue? What do you... He's clapped back at Review Tech a bunch of times. He's the one who made the statement, Richard is a whore. What the fuck's he talking about? I held my tongue for 10 years.
Take
bully becomes the bullied.
Oh,
the hunter becomes the hunted.
DSP then revealed a shocking twist to the story that no one saw coming, a way to truly slay his enemies from which there would be no return. He produced a briefcase from under his desk, and inside the case were some poker chips and a photo of Richard's head that had been neatly cut out, showing the attention to detail that only a serial killer can possess. Phil then proceeded to explain that each time that Rich got felted in the documentary, he would remove some chips from the case, and when all of the chips were gone, then we would know that Rich had been well and truly felted.
At what point will Rich be felted? Let's find out here live tonight on DSP Reacts.
Phil was in his element on this live stream. After so many years of being the outcast, the object of Rich's ridicule, the plaything of the detractors, the laughing stock of the internet, now was his cathartic revenge, and the casino boys were his social armor. No matter what Phil said, no matter how unfunny or stupid, they would enthusiastically laugh and cheer him on, giving him the confidence to always go one step further. The documentary itself was not very flattering towards Review Tech USA, so the chips would get lower and lower as the three hosts vigorously stuck the knife into the already felted Richard. I'm sure you were all on the edge of your seat waiting to find out if Rich had any chips left by the end. Well, let's find out.
Oh, one final thing. For 10 years of you f***ing with me and making my life miserable for your personal gain, I'm taking your final chip as the king's tax, you motherfucker. Yeah! You're f***ing felted, bitch!
This whole stream.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Wow.
Was the apex for Darkside Phil. He was now part of an internet call club that would give him support against his internet detractors, and it was the biggest stream in his React channel's history. The June the King documentary was also a big hit, with Phil claiming that a lot of the credit for the success was due to him promoting it on his live stream. DSP was now truly the king and fully embraced the title of the King of Hate. He started to use a new jingle on his podcast that stated that the king was back. He got himself a crown and did a little video of himself dressed up like a medieval king. He started to call his live streams super chats the King's Tax, and in the background of his live streams he put images of himself as the king and Review Tech's last poker chip as a reminder of the great feltoning. But King Philip was a fair and merciful monarch, so he offered his now conquered foe the words of wisdom that he should have never turned himself into an internet clown for views, as this is something that would never leave him, so he should have been more like Phil and stuck to his guns, making good honest content just like King Phil, because in the long run things will get better just as they have for DSP. After years of being a lolcow, the internet was now seeing him in a new light, and people were actually starting to like him. The more time that he spent with the casino, the more he started to imitate them, using the word felted in his video titles and even mimicking some of their speech patterns and gestures. He was on top of the world with money flooding in. Men wanted to be him, women wanted to be with him. An infamous drama YouTuber Keemstar even started to side with him, appearing on his show and going on the attack to the DSP detractors. Phil did a live stream with the owner of Kiwi Farms, Josh Moon, which was a friendly affair, and Josh seems to side with Phil, claiming that his detractors were overly obsessed with him and are one of the worst parts of his website.
First of all, like you said, who would have thought this ever would have happened? Because until like early August, I was like the whipping boy of the internet. No one
I guess I forgot about this or blacked it out. He was on a call with Null. How did that, like, not hit me?
What I thought, no one wanted to hear my opinion on anything. And now it's like people actually would like to see me have a conversation with Josh and talk about the whole Kiwi Farms thing. So it's like things are changing so quickly. That's crazy. I appear on Kino Casino and it's like night and day. Everyone likes me now. Everyone wants to hang out with me. Everyone wants to talk, see new content from me. It feels very different.
Like I said, I know I sound like an idiot, but I really don't follow Phil consistently, and I don't like delve into it. Like, I happen to be in Discords that talk about Phil, but I don't follow the day-to-day activity.
Thank you guys, Kino Casino, for giving me that opportunity, because again, the people who wanted to interview me previously are like, oh, we'll have you on, but we're just going to be, taking shots at you constantly. Let's talk about your finances and shit.
PPP started to do a regular show with Phil about their shared love of wrestling, and Phil would appear on the casino as a guest to hit back against one of his other long-standing internet enemies, Ethan Ralph. Ethan planned to hold a DSP festival and made a promo video for this event, but sadly shortly before he filmed this video he was beaten up by a bouncer for groping a woman and had a broken hip, so was heavily medicated. This promo was basically just him quietly rambling in a black and white video for 6 minutes with the audio completely cutting out from time to time. Unsurprisingly, the festival didn't actually go ahead. Ethan had been making content about Phil on and off for a long
his I remember his thread, or the main, like the main thread on him in the forum got so big they had to make a second one. Like, the system was not made to accommodate so many comments on one particular thing.
Time, but now the power dynamics had changed and Phil had the backing of the casino, so they all dressed up like the Ghostbusters and did a live stream where the detracted became the detractor. DSP, who had once shied away from confronting his trolls, was now emboldened to unleash his full potential and dropped hilarious bomb after hilarious bomb on Ethan.
God.
When he walks onto the sidewalk, does a snail grab him by the foot and body slam him into the middle of the fucking road? Like, is there anything that doesn't f with this guy and destroy him publicly?
No!
Holy shit.
Yeah, welcome, Rowdy.
Hey now.
It's true.
Hilarious. Philip was an internet sheriff laying down the law on the degenerates that once mocked him, and the more that the casino laughed, the more that he came out of his shell. The cherry on the cake for this live stream was that Review Tech USA had deleted his main channel of over 1 million subscribers. What more could DSP ask for? His two main enemies had been felted and he made 2 new friends.
Although, as we found out, he had to, because he was botting his channel, and I guess either YouTube found out and were afraid they were going to go after him, or was afraid they were going to find out. Like, my God.
Friends that would go on to do a celebration stream in honor of Review Tech deleting his channel. But was Rich really his enemy, and were Kino Casino really his friends? Rich had been warning Phil for a long time now that one day the casino would betray him, but Phil ignored this, as he was lost in the fog of triumph and adulation, unable to see the truth of his predicament.
I kept making meaningful content. I stayed the course, being who I wanted to be.
You lying
and now,
sack
10
of
years
shit!
later,
You lying
the internet
sack
is
of
coming
shit!
around to it. Oh, Phil is actually based. He's been sticking to his guns.
Oh my God.
What?
Phil is actually based.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And by the way, my God, look how awful he looks in this. What if it looks like something, but it's not hitting me. But like, God. Like, he legit looks like an Italian uncle in like their mid-50s.
At the time, everyone made this shit up about him. Now that we watch him, we
Phil
realize it
is
was all
actually
bullshit,
based.
right?
What a
You gotta be a
king.
man about it, and you have to stick to your guns, and eventually maybe karma will come back to help you rather than bite you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one, Roddy.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
To most people watching this saga unfold, it was obvious that Kino Casino didn't actually think that Phil was the king, and were over-exaggerating their support of him in order to give him the confidence to come out of his grey little shell. But to what end was still a mystery. Of course, this wasn't obvious to everyone, and the feud between the Kino Casino and some of the DSP detractors was all too real at this point. But as time went by, it became more and more clear that cracks were starting to show in the unholy relationship of Kino Casino and Darkside Phil. The casino had started to insult Phil and his wife with increasing ferocity on their show. An argument between PPP and Phil broke out on Twitter, with Phil calling Ashton a coward and Ashton offering to debate him on their wrestling show. But Philip had had enough, so drew a cross on a photo of PPP's face to symbolise that he would no longer be appearing on the wrestling show. This show had been going for 8 weeks, with PPP being the main reason that people had watched it, but now Philip would be going it alone. This was the end of the blossoming friendship, a short-lived love affair that had now turned sour. Phil had cancelled PPP's appearance on the wrestling show shortly before it was due to begin, so Ashton joined another live stream to vent his frustration.
He's comfortable about lying about WWE champions and spending tens of thousands of dollars a month while his wife goes without a f***ing honeymoon, while his wife goes without a day of vacation, while his wife works part-time at Best Buy, but he talks about how he loves his wife? Give me a Right.
You're right.
And you know what?
Okay, who's this guy? Who the what's Truth Seekers and who's Stephen Cambion?
I care more about Phil's life than he does.
You're trying to help him, yeah.
Hate. He doesn't have any passion. He doesn't have any soul in his body. He's a hollowed out husk of a man that let me walk all over him. A 400-pound lesbian tranny looking bum walked all over internet.
Okay, I don't think this will be an issue, but I have a hard out at 2:30, so another hour. I mean, we should be done by then, but in case things go over, I'll probably have to cut it off then, because my dad just told me he's changing plans and he's coming over earlier than I expected, and I'm not going to tell my 73-year-old dad, oh, no, Dad, you can't come and spend time with your grandson because I'm downstairs in a mask making fun of a bunch of retards on the internet.
Dark side Phil.
Then the big day came, the moment that many had predicted for a long time now. The Kino Casino snaked Phil with all bridges burned, as they described it.
He's a bum.
Do you know how hard?
An ungrateful beggar bum.
Do you know how hard it was for me to hold it in? Every time he's in chat, hey, and I thought we were being obvious. Eh?
Yeah.
I thought we were being like as obvious as possible.
No, I mean, we were like literally trying to get rid of him. Darkside Phil is Sisyphus, but he's the boulder. He's the boulder in the story of Sisyphus.
There's no way he knows what the story of Sisyphus is. Not
keep pushing it up, and
PPP,
his audience
DSP.
has to keep pushing this boulder day after day up the hill. And then it falls down the other side, and we're right back to where we all fucking started. And we have to push it back. But then it's beyond that, because the boulder in Sisyphus's story was silent. Because it was a boulder.
The gloves were now off, and the casino started to spill all of the beans, the secret details about their time with Darkside Phil.
We were trying to get Medicare to interview him.
Yeah.
Medicare.
Now, Medicare.
I'm sorry, I just love the fact that it translates Medicare as Medicare.
It has nothing to do with this. What does Phil do while Medicare is dying of cancer?
Oh yeah, this
Tweets
busted
at
my
him
balls.
like 5 times, paragraphs demanding an interview.
And he called him a cow. Now,
That was really low.
I told
Like, that one kind of got to me because, and I commented on this on Twitter at the time, where Phil said, like, oh, well, he's doing live streams, so that means he clearly will be able, or he's well enough to do an interview with me. And it's like, bro, you clearly have never been with someone who has terminal cancer. Like, my mom had terminal cancer. Could she go out and leave the house? Yeah, she could. But didn't mean she was out on the town every day and every night, you know, living the best life she possibly could. Like, she did shit that she had to do. And that was Medicare just doing shit that he had to do. Medicare did not have to do anything with Phil. But he probably felt that he had to live stream to keep bringing in as much money as he could until before the inevitable. Quote from Ethan Roth, why do you die, Medicare? Right, exactly, Craftman. Yeah.
I told him.
But, like, he's not human. He doesn't understand real human emotions. It's just all about him. It's amazing the level of narcissism he has. The utter lack of empathy and feelings towards another human is just amazing. That's why I really hope that he never has children. At first, I was like, fine. Well, in the sense that he said, oh, me and Kat decided we don't want kids. Yeah, I was like, okay, good. Good. Thank God. But when the DMs came out and he said it's not so much don't want as much as can't. And I was like, no. Do not tell me this fucking narcissistic asshole is legitimately contemplating and trying to have kids. Like, I don't know. That would just, as a father of 3 myself, the idea that he could be in charge of a kid just makes my blood boil.
Did it.
You should call him a coward.
I said to call Jim a coward and say he's a pussy and he's afraid to face you.
That's so demonic, bro.
Before it's too late.
They claim that DSP is secretly gay and would get drunk on business meetings with them and ask to see Andy Warski's muscles, and that Phil called Andy his gaming soulmate. Lovely. They also claim that Phil is very difficult to work with due to him making excuses as to why he had to cut streams short, only to spend hours in the live chat of that stream. PPP was the main contact with Phil and said that Phil would drag him into the daily dramas of Phil's life, and that he had many messages with DSP that he would release to the public to show how needy Philip was. They then speculated that Phil lied about his wife having cancer in order to get out of live streaming with them. The once friends were now bitter enemies engaged in a very public war, a war that would end up into some unexpected places. The casino were now DSP detractors, spending hours deconstructing his every word, ripping his life into pieces and reforming it into an entertainment product for their paying customers. I'm going to be honest, the next part of this story baffles me slightly, but for some reason Phil thought it'd be a good idea to team up with his long-standing enemy Review Tech USA, the man who had spent a decade being one of Phil's more well-known detractors, the man who got under Phil's skin so much that he teamed up with the Kino Casino in the first place, and the man who no longer had any poker chips. This is the man that he chose as his ally to destroy the Kino Casino. It's a bold strategy, let's see how it works out for him. This once unthinkable partnership, this once-in-a-generation crossover, was arranged to take place on Phil's channel, where DSP would reveal the messages between him and the casino. Phil was 15 minutes late to his own live stream and mistakenly muted the music, so his viewers were left in silence watching his poorly made graphics. Phil did eventually join the live stream, but then Review Tech was late, so we wait for another 15 minutes. Then he eventually joined the live stream, but sadly they were both muted, so we were just left to admire Review Tech USA's background of Bill Gates with a bird for some reason. Not after the best start, but these problems were fixed in due course, and the big moment came. Philip Brunel unveiled his master plan, a plan so ahead of its time that most mere mortals can't even...
This was an amazing self-own. Like, just amazing self-destruction, amazing, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just self-destruction, like self-harm. Just him, the fact that he released these and then tried to do it under the... Well, let's just watch.
And comprehend it. A plan so advanced that a human brain can barely even begin to perceive the intricate web of deceit.
I thought there'd be more to this. What the fuck else is they're going to cover for the next half hour?
So Phil compares himself to a king snake, a snake that he claims tricks other creatures into its den before devouring them. He then produces a briefcase from under his desk. Inside this briefcase were some poker chips and a photo of the hosts of Kino Casino shirtless. He then declares that every time he exposes them and proves that this was all part of his master plan, he is going to take some chips from the case. Phil's show is called the Level 1 Podcast, but tonight he renamed it to the 666 Podcast. He then proceeds to claim that this was all part of a multi-year plan to felt the casino. But sadly for Phil, the man that he thought was his ally in their shared struggle against the casino was actually a snake in the grass.
Like, what I think you're doing now, as a matter of fact, I guarantee what you're doing now is because you know that this is disastrous for you, that you're trying to be like, aha, all along, it was my master plan. It was not your master plan, Phil. It wasn't.
Crushed.
And look, that's fine, but I'm just not going to believe it.
This couldn't have backfired any worse, could it have? Like, what was he thinking?
Phil's 4D chess narrative had immediately backfired in his face, but he was unfazed to continue to lay out the details of his master plan, which included lying to the Kino Casino about his wife having cancer, his mum being sick, and his pet rabbit being on death's door. He claims that he told these lies in order to get out of doing live streams with Kino Casino.
But the point I'm making here
Thanks for the support, man.
I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted. And then when I knew they were going to eventually...
Look at the two of them on top. Hold on. because I didn't watch what I watched this thing, you know, when Review Tech and Phil were on stream together, but I just watched like the Snort Hogan version. I never watched the Kino react of it.
To get out of doing live streams with Kino Casino.
But the point I'm making here
Thanks for the support,
is
man.
I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted. And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
That's kind of just gross too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them.
Oh, it's,
you know?
No. It's not to get out of doing things with them. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true. Because no one is going to think that someone's going to just pull it out of their ass. But to be the snake, you have to be the better snake, Rich. It's the only way to do it.
How do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months, when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you, like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now.
Yes!
Ding, 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 ding.
Preach it, Rich! It's so true. He would have been better off had he never got himself involved with us in the first place. He would have been.
Phil seems proud of his lies and thinks it's...
Exactly, Jack. Like, just watching this, like, unfold and Richard just, you know, like just peeling off each layer of bullshit. I mean, you know, a clock is, or a broken clock is right twice a day. A blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, eventually. And this was Rich.
It's a good thing that he tricked people into thinking that his family were dying. As far as I can tell, the end goal for these liars were to make money and to make the casino think that he's some kind of idiot. These are his words. This felting hadn't worked out how DSP had hoped. Phil kept trying to go over the messages with Review Tech, but Rich was resistant to this idea and seemed to be siding with his enemies at Kino Casino. So Phil kicked him off of the live stream and continued on alone, going over the messages with him and the casino. Phil claims that PPP may be gay and has feelings for DSP. In case you were wondering.
Yeah, that was the other thing too that Rich did, Jack, was like, because obviously Rich realized, like, okay, I have Phil here, so he just started throwing out as many different questions as possible. He wanted nothing to do with felting the Kino. He was just like, I'm gonna try to get as much shit out of Phil as I can because I'm on borrowed time here. And then finally, it just, you know, pushed Phil away.
Phil didn't remove any of the chips from the briefcase during this 4-hour live stream.
I think this might be one of the biggest backfires.
Oh, yeah, I think it really is. And I think long term, it's really going to backfire. And at a certain point, he either needs to like backpedal on this and admit the truth, or the only other thing he can do, which is I think what he's going to do, is he's going to double down on this stuff and join forces with Ralph and Mersh.
I don't
thinking that he can still get a W. I mean, I didn't really think he was going to leak these DMs, but if this is the path that he wants to choose, he may as well get Ralph and Mersh on there, because what credibility does he even have left?
Dark side.
Could you imagine fucking Phil and Mersh teaming up? I mean, the one with even Ralph was bad enough, but God, him and Mersh. Two former stroke victims joining forces, just like when he was with, well, not really with, but had the interview with the Quartering, two partners in gout coming together.
Phil was back to being the outcast of the internet. The crown had fallen and the king was dead. No one believed his version of events, and even worse, some of his once loyal fans were leaving him. Smelling blood in the water, the Kino Casino would talk about Phil more and more, and he was now a regular on the revolving door of degenerates. Others would soon join them, as this storyline had sparked interest in the once forgotten dark side Phil. Well-known YouTuber and DSP detractor It's a Gundam joined them for a 4-hour live stream where they went over all of the leaked messages and discussed how the casino got Phil to buy a camera to film his feet, and he appeared on a website called Feet Wiki. His feet got 3 stars, in case you were wondering. On a side note, Phil has some very unusual calf muscles. DSP had gotten what he wanted and was now in the limelight again, but it seems like this dream...
How did I miss this?
It got 3 stars, in case you were wondering. On a side note, Phil has some very unusual calf muscles.
Bro, that is not normal. My God.
What?
Oh.
DSP had gotten what he wanted and was now in the limelight again, but it seems like this dream had turned into a nightmare, as he started to ban people that had anything to do with the casino, and even got a bot to start managing his chat and remove any talk of the unfolding drama. This in turn meant that he started to lose more and more viewers, plus his loyal fans were starting to get sick of all this drama and just wanted him to play video games. Then out of the blue, Phil had another somewhat unexpected announcement. He would be bringing on a guest co-host for his wrestling show, Ethan Ralph. Once again, Phil's only ally in his fight against the casino was one of his bitter enemies, the pair's hatred for Kino Casino outweighing the dislike of each other. Kino Casino then started to claim that DSP was working with Ethan Ralph to get information on detractors and dox them, with Phil paying a $500 bounty per person. I'm not sure if this is true or not. This whole saga wasn't all bad for Phil though, as PPP claims that Phil made between $40,000 and $50,000 from his time working with the Kino Casino. While all this was going on, a new character was lurking in the shadows, an unknown adversary who had come to be a defining part of this saga.
Precious Dent. Is this PWR?
A question I had in my mind while researching this video was, who are Darkside Phil's real fans? I get that a lot of the attention that he gets is from detractors, but he does also have some real fans that watch his content because they enjoy it. Who are they? What makes them tick? Why do they watch Darkside Phil? Well, thankfully Kino Casino answered this question for me. They call Phil's fans dents. I think this is meant to mean that they are mentally disabled. So at this stage we are introduced to one of them, who goes by the name of PWR.
I know it.
Making videos and doing live streams for many years now, with no one really watching or even knowing that he existed. That was until Kino Casino featured him on one of their shows. PWR pretty much only likes 2 things, wrestling and Darkside Phil. This is what his streams are mostly about, and that not being a very popular combination is probably why no one was watching him. I think that PWR is my favourite person in this story, and we first meet him with the casino covering one of his live streams. The PWR stream opens up with him showing pictures of fast food items that he would like Phil to try if he hits his donation goals, and PWR sniffing and coughing into the mic and then knocking the microphone over.
Sniffing and coughing right into the mic. Like... He sounds like he's about to die, dude.
He's got asthma too.
So thank you, everybody. It's the Pro Wrestling.
Oh my
God! Starts off.
Oh my God! This is so fucking dumb.
We then go on to learn that he is a 35-year-old man who lives with his mother and is skipping the housework that she asked him to do, as she is out of the house at the moment and he wants to do a quick live stream.
Asshole.
This whole live stream is him on a mission to destroy Phil's trolls and detractors, so he has pictures of them flashing on the screen for the entire stream. We also learn that he lives by the motto of no life, no wife, no family, no friends, and that the only things that matter to him are wrestling and the DSP community. He really likes Darkside Phil, so much so that he used to hurt himself when people
remember
picked on
that?
Philip. It also becomes clear that
remember Strangely Lex? What a fucking fun mini arc that was.
Doesn't like swearing, so will say effing and frick, which when mixed with his Canadian accent adds to the comedy. He spends a lot of his time in the DSP live chat typing screw the detractors and donates a lot of money to Phil. PWR was on a crusade against the detractors, but sadly kept getting derailed by the live chat who would tell him that his mic is not working.
Okay, anybody who effing says they can't hear me is getting timed out, because you're really effing throwing off my concentration here. You're on a freaking timeout. Talking about my effing mic? Consistently streaming. I'm listening to it and it sounds fine, so I'm getting pissed because you're distracting me from what I want to say. See, you're getting me all fricked up here. Get out.
Oh, it's a lot.
Get out. I'm shaking, dude. Like, I gotta calm down, man. I'm getting fired up. My heart is like beating because I'm so effing angry. See, this is what this does to me. Leave Phil alone.
So you may be asking yourself, why does he like Phil?
Oh god, that reminds me of that, remember Leave Britney Alone? I don't remember what that guy was, or what his name was, but I remember that was an old viral thing, the Leave Britney Alone.
Also,
Leave Phil. I'm effing angry. See, this is what this does to me. Leave Phil alone.
So you may be asking yourself, why does he like Phil so much? Well, he confirms that one of the main reasons is because on the day that his grandmother died, he donated Phil some money. And Phil said thank you for the money on live stream. He didn't say sorry to hear that your family member had died or anything like that, just thank you for the money. He also likes Phil because Phil doesn't shake his bum on live stream while playing video games. These are his words. The climax of this stream is him showing It's a Gundam what he thinks about him.
Well, you mother effing... right in the freaking face. F you, It's a Gundam, you piece of garbage.
We will meet PWR later on, but for now, the big day had arrived. The collab of the decade, Ethan, Ralph,
Like,
and
the one thing
Darkseid.
I didn't like about the PWR mini arc was people, like, throwing money his way. Like, I was like, guys, really? Like, you're giving him hundreds of views and you're throwing money at him? Like, for what? Like, that kind of got to me.
Phil. Ethan started off strong by getting drunk and taking pills, then doing a pre-show on his own where he mumbles at length about wanting the YouTuber The Quartering and his wife to die, while his mic keeps cutting out.
Wait, what? Oh god, they are trying to destroy my... I remember that. When The Quartering was complaining about, like, Amazon not doing well with his coffee flavor. Actually, no, maybe not that one. It was a different one. And by the way, The Quartering is a fucking moron. Can we all just agree on that? Making coffee, brand coffee. Yeah, because if there's a good thing you should do is get into the oversaturated market of high-end coffee, and then calling your thing coffee brand coffee, so that it's impossible to come up in any good searches. Like, my god. And I love how he's even said, he's like, oh, people, said that I should go and name my thing like Liberal Tears Coffee, but I want this to be on like Walmart shelves. Like, you fucking retard. Like, that is so stupid and not understanding the market you are trying to get into. Like, I feel no sympathy for him at all. Politics aside, I don't even give a shit about all that. I'm just talking about his coffee venture, the overpriced thing, trying to get into an already oversaturated market and giving it an awful name. Like, literally, you did everything wrong. And yeah, you deserve to be pointed at and laughed for that, because you did numerous things wrong, and you probably had a lot of people who cared about you and who were smarter than you trying to tell you to not do things the way you were doing them, and you decided to ignore them.
Wanting the YouTuber The Quartering and his wife to die, while his mic keeps cutting out, making it impossible to fully understand what he's saying. He then started to turn his eye to Darkseid Phil's detractor.
Oh yeah, he's like a major grifter, and like half of his shit is just clickbait. Like, you watch, it's already started to happen But people are tired of like all the woke stuff or the anti-woke movement. Like at this point, it's like enough. I'm not saying woke is about to like make a comeback. It's that people are tired of all the anti-woke like slop. It's what it is. He's just like, a lot of the stuff is just slop. Like, oh, complaining about pronouns, complaining that games are woke. You know, Sweet Baby Inc. is the worst thing. You know, they're the modern Taliban of gaming. You know, not really seeming to give a fuck about all the other shit that's corrupt and wrong in the world of gaming. You know, let's forget about all the layoffs that Sony, Microsoft, and all the subsidiaries are going through. No, it's the fact that games have black women as their protagonists. Yeah, that's the worst thing going on in gaming now.
You lying sack of shit!
And I think called them out for hating Phil, but it's honestly a little hard to understand fully.
Why would I say anything stupid against Jade, who I don't even know who exists? Like, I mean, like, I'm not insulting that person.
Okay, I'm gonna have to speed this up a little bit. I apologize.
I do.
Like I said, I do have a heart out.
Is a person. Like, so, like, why would I insult that person?
For those who don't know, hard out is a broadcast term meaning like you need to end at that time. It's your hard out.
Oh my God, Ralph.
While this was going on, Phil tried to ban PPP from his live chat, but spelt his name wrong, so this didn't work. The show itself was pretty uneventful, with them mostly just reading super chats, talking about how they hate PPP, and Ethan telling crude jokes that made Phil feel uncomfortable. Plus, the viewers got to see the excitement of Phil opening up wrestling cards. Despite the coma-inducing boredom of the stream, it was a big success for Phil, who got more donations than usual, and it firmly cemented Ethan as an actual ally against the casino. After this stream, PWR went to war with Kino Casino, waiting until his mother had left the house so that he could live stream. Once again, the stream got off to a strong start by PWR telling us that he has COVID and then eating a popsicle to soothe his sore throat.
But the thing is, and I'm gonna warn you dudes right now, today is not the effing day to
Snort Hogan's in the chat. You must be a fan of Penn Pedal Defender.
I love like that, which means it is the exact day that this is off.
I have effing COVID.
He has
COVID.
He has effing COVID.
What? Sorry, dude. My freaking throat is sore, so I thought a popsicle might help.
Listen to him slurping
I'm almost done with it. Maybe I should have had it before I started, but...
God, who the fuck is playing the original Sims, by the way? I think this was before the re-release came out.
I want to see this effing Kino Casino for Life crap. You just get out, dude. Get out!
So whiny. He's so whiny and impotent. It's like, why don't you just ban him then? He's like, get out! Get out! I don't want to see this Kino Casino for Life crap.
He then goes on to tell us that his mum had earlier called the police on him because she thinks he is addicted to drugs. The police turned up and stood in his doorway, so he lashed out at them, saying, and I quote, "Get the F out of my effing room, you effing cowards. Get the F out." He then decides to open up the discussion to viewers who can call him via Discord. This goes about as well as you would expect it to.
As an audience, am I the one that's making contributions? Am I the one that's, you know, applying for brand deals and coming forward and interacting with the
yourself. No one loves you. No one ever wants to be your friend because you're a loser. Go fight.
You know what, fans? I apologize.
Yourself. No one loves you. No one ever wants to be your friend because you're a loser. Go fight.
You know what, fans? I apologize.
Fans, I apologize. Yeah, like I said, Rowdy, I wasn't a fan of like people going in like donating money to them. It's like, bro, come on.
Just a guess, what is like your end goal? Like, are you trying to make like a career out of this? Like, genuinely?
Okay.
I'm not only trying to make a career, I'm starting a career. Like I said to the other caller, I'm applying.
This is a career. You know, that is so delusional.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I think this guy, by the end of the year, will have double the amount of DSP viewers.
As the stream goes on, we learn more and more lore about PWR, like he has a lifestyle brand where he sells clothing such as this amazing t-shirt with his logo on it, or a cup that reads, "No wife, no life, no friends, no hope." Another little gem is that he once pissed his pants to make his mum buy him a Donkey Kong game. He also jumped off of a sofa once doing a backflip while imitating a wrestling move and broke his arms and legs. PWR had been a long-term loyal fan of DSP but wasn't a big fan of Ethan Ralph appearing on the wrestling show due to Ethan's misdeeds in the past and his crude behaviour on the show, so he was thinking of denouncing Phil over this but quickly changed his mind and remained a devoted DSP dent. He had been playing the game Sims throughout the stream and it is revealed that he is in fact building what he thinks is the key.
Welcome, Chato. Or Chato, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but no bowling zone. No, I'm not aware of it, but
he then makes a comment that he will make no more death threats. I'm unsure why this is needed. And he makes a promise to his mum that he will no longer have any drugs in the house. His mum doesn't know that he's live streaming. So he used to have a cocaine problem and has been arrested twice for driving under the influence. But both times he beat the charges. How he beat the charges, I have no idea, but I'm guessing they mistook his natural persona for a heavily intoxicated man. And when they tested him, they found nothing in his system. He then opens up the phone lines again, which is very confusing as these are just trolls and he doesn't seem to like them very much.
It sounds like you're laughing, dude. Are you bringing forward a serious question or not? Say it again. Say the question again without laughing.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
What an effing loser, dude. Sticking my middle finger right up at the screen, dude. Middle finger right at the effing screen. This pisses me off. What's your question or comment?
That's really incredible. Excuse me, I'm not...
His fans can't handle banter. If I got banned, they're permanent for mocking them and him. Yeah, like I paid next to no attention with like this shit when he was getting like okay, you know, like transparency. Yeah, I was a bit jealous of the viewership and the donations he's getting because I'm like, bro, like a punching bag is getting more money and attention than me trying to put out like entertaining content. Like you can't help but get you know, chafed on the asshole about that, you know what I mean? But you know, I knew it wouldn't last. You know, that was kind of what made me feel. I was like, yeah, let's just wait until they're done, you know, playing with their new toy.
Yeah, you seem to be having some kind of interference on your line there. Could you possibly?
Yeah, hold on. I can get it fixed in just a minute. I swear. Just keep me on for a second.
You know what this sounds like? Honestly, I got it. This sounds like what is it? When the Howard Stern show, when they would go and make prank calls to the public access shows, like the cable public access shows, and they would just fuck with people. Like they would ask stupid questions. They'd pretend there was interference and stuff. And the people would always, like normally anyone with like half a brain would just hang up on them immediately. But because these were, yeah, Jonah Falcon, that is a oh, sorry, give me 1 second here. Sorry, my dad is texting me. Jonah Falcon. Yeah, like they would go and they'd call these people, and anyone with a half-sane brain would hang up on them immediately because they're being annoying. But because they would find these calls or these shows that no one was watching, no one was calling into, because it's fucking public access at like 1 o'clock in the morning, they would call in and they wouldn't want to hang up on them. Oh God, telepsychic. Oh yeah, they would call us like, I just got a penis pump. Oh. Or I'm not gonna hurt. Well, fuck, I just spilled water because I'm retarded. But yeah, you would hear the slamming and the banging of the thing. God, that was some good memories.
Fans, I apologize. I mean, he seems to be having some kind of interference on the line there.
Or the other one, oh, what was her name? The one who said like comma and mantra becomes, I forget what her name was, but it was like this lady, this like older lady who had these crazy conspiracy theories, like mantra and tantra becomes mantra, some weird thing. Anyone who's a Stern fan knows who I'm talking about, but oh God.
Stupid, bro.
Okay, I think
So anyway, yeah, you are really stupid, just so you know.
Go F yourself. You're a freaking coward. Why don't you get on the stream and see how many freaking live views you got?
Guy who's called you 3 times, and you think I'm a different person.
You're a loser. Loser.
He keeps calling.
Loser. Idiot.
Yeah, this is totally like fucking Sal and Richard shit. This is great.
Brought eyes to the PWR stream, and now he was getting about the same amount of views as his hero Darkside Phil. Of course, a lot of the attention may not have been the best kind, but it was sure to help his channel grow. Despite them bringing lots of attention to him, PWR still wasn't the biggest fan of Kino Casino, and as his live stream drew to a close, he ended it in the most unexpected and spectacular way possible.
I'm gonna freaking burn the freaking casino and their den of debauchery right to the ground.
Oh no, don't do that.
No. Like I said, a lot of these big streamers, they're going to have COVID and they're going to be gone for, 2 weeks, but that's not how we're doing it here. We're building a community. We're pushing through the adversity. Here's what they get for putting my show on their line.
Live viewers.
They're going to freaking get it. They're going to be burned to the effing ground because their show is a freaking dumpster fire already.
Right. It's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch them burn. I'm just gonna take a moment to enjoy this, dude. This is my revenge.
This is
for freaking screwing my career.
I love how his revenge is completely fictional. Like, this is so deranged, bro. I'm gonna kill you in a video game and make you suffer for my revenge. Like, what the?
What's he? He's playing The Sims. He's playing The Sims 1, the original Sims game. Yeah, that's the original one. Which shocks me. Who the fuck is playing the original Sims in fucking 2024, 2025? I mean, I know they did the re-release recently for their anniversary. They redid, or not redid, but they made it so you could easily play them. You could just like download them on Steam. Because for years, if you wanted to play those games, you had to jump through like 20 different hoops and install tons of patches just to get it running on modern hardware, and EA fixed it so you could just like play it. But from what I read and heard when they released it, it was still pretty buggy.
Darkside Phil had kept the King of Hate title, the crown in his background, and his donations being called the King's Tax. He was still talking about the Kino Casino on his live streams, but had a real-life emergency that took precedence over this internet drama.
No, because you can't like DOSBox it. It's I mean, maybe in a virtual machine environment you can do it, but even so, like setting up a virtual machine is not exactly an ideal route either. But to get it like going on a modern machine, it takes some work. It's not just download or put the disc in and it works.
Philip, the middle-aged man with no children, had ordered some Lego from Amazon, but the package had been lost. So he talked on and on and on and on and on and on and on about this. I can't overstate how soul-destroyingly boring it was for me to watch him talk at length about this package being lost. It was a real dark place for me, but I'm dedicated to my craft as a Dreamweaver, so I powered through. While writing the script for this video, I thought the Dreamweaver line would be a funny little reference to add. But now that I'm recording the audio, I realise that this reference comes from a very obscure British comedy from the 1990s, and that the vast majority of people won't understand what I'm talking about. So just to be clear, I don't think that making YouTube videos is weaving dreams. My channel is more like a tapestry of nightmares narrated by a handsome, godlike poet. So now that I've answered the question that no one was asking, let's get back to the story. PWR was a big hit in the Kinoverse, so would now regularly get more live stream viewers than DSP. So much so that Phil's fans would frequently mention PWR's name in his live chat, so Phil started to ban the use of the letters PWR. Meanwhile, PWR was just focused on making the most of his newfound fame, so he did a live stream where he wanted his viewers to ask their parents if they could donate him some money so that he could buy a Burger King meal. You see, the night before, PWR had donated his last $35 to Darkside Phil, so now had no money left and he was hungry for Burger King. He really likes Burger King. To sweeten the deal for his viewers, he offers to sing songs by R. Kelly or Michael Jackson if he hits his goal. That's an odd pair of musical heroes to have. He then
I was just about to say.
Just know that he only has one beer in the fridge as his mother drunk the rest of them. We then casually learn that the game he is playing is in fact him simulating killing Phil's detractors. As you may expect at this stage, the stream doesn't go to plan for PWR as the live stream keep gaslighting him about the money that he donated to Phil. Plus his mum keeps calling him. Poor guy just can't catch a break.
Oh my god, my effing mom is effing calling me again! Stop effing calling me! I'm so freaking done, dude. I'm trying to get into the vibe here. I'm trying to...
Like, my god. Isn't that against TOS? Wait, is what against TOS exactly? Because they threw out a whole bunch of stuff there. But like, my God, the idea that if I had adult children living with me, like my adult kids living with me, and they treated me like this when I'm doing them the loving courtesy, making threats against attractors, I believe so. Threatening anyone on anything pretty much will get your ass banned. But like, my God, to go at like if my kids talk to me like this, yeah, 35-year-olds, goddamn. Like, if you're living with your parents, that's one thing. Like, you're helping out, doing things, but when you act like they're being a burden in your lifestyle when, like, you're living in their house, like, well, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, my God. I'm going to bring this up to my dad, by the way. I got to go, and I'm not going to show him this video, obviously, but just the idea of, like, if my dad would put up with me treating him like an asshole.
Get into the freaking game, and my mom keeps effing calling me. Stop. If you're not going to get me Burger King, like, screw off, Mom.
He did eventually answer the phone to his mum and ask her to buy him Burger King, but she said no. We then learned that him living with his mother is somewhat of a family tradition, as his father still lives with his mother as well, and that PWR sees Phil as a substitute father figure for his absent father, someone that he can look up to.
Oh my God. Oh.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
My God.
A role model to aspire towards. He then sings a lovely little song to own the trolls that keep harassing him.
Okay, you want me to sing about where Stroom Dookum is?
Stroom Dookum.
He's a real piece of crap. Comes into my stream and goes on with all that yap.
Yeah, King! Preach it!
How about that?
The chat then asks him to sing an R. Kelly song, to which he declares that he will only sing the song for a $50 donation and not a penny less. Then, to prove that he knows the song, he just sings it before anyone has given him any money. So you may be wondering, why is he doing all this just for a Burger King meal? Well, he really, really likes Burger King. A lot.
The Roadhouse King, dude, is like prime. The Roadhouse King is like the closest I've gotten to having a piece of ass since 2013.
Sadly, the live stream is cut.
Oh my. I gotta hear that again.
When he rage
King, dude, is like prime. The Roadhouse King is like the closest I've gotten to having a piece of ass since 2013.
Sadly,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Wow. Fuck me. My God. Welcome, Stinky.
Hey now.
Burger King is shit. I wouldn't call it shit, but, like, still. There's no meal out there that's as good as a piece of ass.
The live stream is cut short when he rage quits due to no one donating him any money, so he's unable to buy his Burger King meal. The next thing of note in our story is when PWR did a stream to celebrate Phil's birthday. Sadly, there was now some bad blood between the pair due to Phil banning PWR from his live chat. Despite being banned, PWR was still a big fan of Phil, so really just wanted to extend the hand of friendship to his idol.
And like I said, I would like very much to see if we could get some calls to celebrate Phil's birthday today. I think he deserves it. I was pretty emotional, you know. I had to reach out to Phil. I said, you know, I'm really sorry that there's...
What?
You're always going to be an inspiration. I never...
What's crazy is this guy, like, worships Phil. Like, worships the ground he walks on. He contacts Phil. He apologizes to Phil that people are choosing to watch him over Phil. Says to him, I wish there wasn't this dispute, that you hadn't banned me from chat. And he's doing this whole stream for hours, like 4 hours, just dedicated to licking Phil's balls.
He even sung him a nice little birthday song.
Oh no.
Dear Phil, happy birthday. Dear Phil, thank you for being an inspiration. And being there for all those years.
PWR was still defending Phil even though he had banned him, and PWR was now surpassing DSP in terms of his view counts and donation amounts. PWR still hated the casino and seemed completely unaware.
Right, that's what kind of annoyed me when people were just like boosting him up to piss off Phil. It's like, guys, come on.
His newfound success was owed in large part to them. Over the course of the stream, viewers wished Phil a happy birthday, and it was a nice...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on.
was owed in large part to them. Over the course of the stream, viewers wished...
Oh god, that is perfect. I don't know if you can see this. Oh my god. He hit it on the head. This guy writes in the chat, he reminds me of David from the O&A days, from the Opie and Anthony days. Oh my god. That is perfect. Like, anyone who remembers David from Opie and Anthony totally knows what they're talking about. Like, that voice is almost spot on. That voice and cadence. My god, that guy hit it perfectly.
Phil a happy birthday, and it was a nice celebration of Darkside Phil being on the planet for another year, but there was something growing in the background, a tumour that was unnoticed but soon became unavoidable. His live chat began to inform PWR that Phil was planning to sue him. PWR seemed to take this news well at first, but the longer the stream went on, the more and more unhappy he became about this until the unthinkable happened. In a shocking turn of events, he unwished him a happy birthday and his fans started to retract their birthday messages.
You know what? Screw it. Forget it. Don't wish him a happy birthday. If this is true, we're not going to talk about the man anymore. I'm sorry that he feels that way. I'm incredibly...
He also kind of sounds like Kyle's cousin. The one who... I forget what his name was, but it was the episode when he came in from out of town and he was like the living, wimpy Jewish stereotype character. Like he lived with Kyle for a little while.
It's like a supervillain origin story. Isn't it? Like Phil was this year. This is like Syndrome and Mr. Incredible.
Well, you know, I would like to retract my happy birthday from DSP. I don't think he deserves it, and I don't want to put that out there anymore.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If he wants to attack my
Kinda
business and my
Sav was
community
in
and
his
threaten me
chat,
to
like,
be
for
sued,
real?
I mean, I don't even know if it's true or not. I'm pretty emotional. I'm pretty pissed off. But you know, people could just be trying to get me.
Scholars retracting.
No, not so much like Kyle, more like Kyle's cousin.
The happy birthday.
It's a birthday
Or maybe like-
retraction.
PWR now thought that Phil was an effing coward and was keen for DSP to take him to court, as PWR was certain that he would win any legal dispute. Plus his viewers in the chat were offering to represent him in court, so he was well covered. I'm sure that the average PWR viewer is a qualified legal expert. While all of this was unfolding, Phil was doing his own birthday livestream, in which he threw himself a Minecraft-themed birthday party and ate a cold burger that had been cut in half.
Oh
cold
god,
burger
I
was
remember
served on
this.
a paper plate. He then started...
Oh god, I remember talking about this too. Hold on. Give me one sec. We're gonna really hit our heart out, aren't we? Hold on. The chat window here. That is by far the worst macaroni salad I have ever seen in my life. Like, that is horrendous. The fact that the idea that his like loving wife made that for him is like awful. Like, that's not how you make a macaroni salad. Who the fuck goes and like, the only way you make it, because if you look, there's like 3 different macaronis in there, 3 different types of macaroni. Like, you don't do that. Have you ever had a macaroni salad, like a competently made one that had like penne, ziti, and spirals in it? No, it's always like, it's one thing. It's one type of macaroni. The only times you see it like that is if A, children are making it, or B, you just have a bunch of like small amounts of macaroni in various boxes that are left over and you just want to get rid of them. Like, that's totally what this... Imagine being served I'm trying to get rid of this meal on your birthday. Would you think the person who did that for you like truly cares about you or loves you?
Burger that had been cut in half. This cold burger was served on a paper plate. He then started to play with Lego but was unable to build it, so he blamed the Lego for being defective. Exciting stuff. This was his 43rd birthday, and what a way for a grown man to confront the inevitable march to old age. The contrast between the 2 live streams was clear for anyone to see. One was full of life.
Yeah, let's say my 43rd birthday, I had a great dinner with my family.
vigor and energy, while the other was a cold burger that had been safely cut in half and served on a paper plate. Childish and sterile. PW.
And no way, didn't they find out that that's not like a real turkey burger or not like a fresh one? Like that was just clearly a frozen one that was cooked from there.
While was outgrowing his once hero and maturing to be a far more entertaining internet
Bubba burger levels of quality.
Personality.
Phil, if you want it, come and get it. Because I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Tomb of the Dent.
Kino Casino and Darkside Phil were still feuding and talking about each other on live streams. The casino pointing out that Phil streamed on his wedding anniversary, leaving his wife to play Pressure Washer Simulator alone all day, while Phil pointed out how his master plan had worked and how he had outsmarted everyone. The next thing of note is when DSP ordered 2 Nintendo Switches on pre-order. There would only be a limited amount of devices on early access, so Phil painstakingly planned out the process to give him the edge. Hours before the release,
I had another song parody that I wrote and got the music, but again, just didn't record it. Or I tried recording and it sounded awful, so I didn't submit it. But it was based off of Losing My Religion. It was called Losing My Pre-Order.
He set up online accounts on many websites, then populated the details, so all he had to do was hit the buy button and outwit the rest of the mindless mobs. This planning paid off for Phil when he managed to purchase 2 of the devices. After this was confirmed, Phil took to the internet to gloat, a rare win for him over his detractors. And this was honestly the happiest I've seen him. The sly smirk on his face indicating that he knew that this was his moment of glory over those that dislike him. His detractors were reeling and unable to accept defeat, so started to question the truth of Phil's claims, with one of them offering Phil 20 subs on Kick if he could prove this victory. So Phil live streamed his screen to show the order numbers. This screen also showed his home address and the last 4 digits of his credit card. But Phil didn't care, as he was finally triumphant over his haters and for once could hold his head up
Look
high.
at Wart.
Sadly, this brief moment of happiness didn't last too long.
Then I check my email, where it proceeds to tell me that both orders have been canceled.
Look at him! Oh no, Phil! Oh no, both orders canceled.
So how did both of these orders get cancelled? Well, let's try and solve this little internet mystery. Our first suspect could be his long-suffering wife, a lady perhaps upset that she was left on the sidelines on her anniversary. Phil is always telling his viewers how he's struggling for money, so maybe she saw the order for $900 and cancelled it as they just couldn't afford it.
Who the fuck made that hypothesis? I didn't hear that. There's no way that was what happened.
Purchase. Then we come to our second suspect, who is Phil himself. Maybe this was all an elaborate long con to get his fans to feel sorry for him and donate him more money. Our third suspect would be the detractors, as they had been given the order details and have a long history of being very dedicated to messing with Phil's life. Darkside Phil himself of course blamed the trolls for this, and with good reason, as they do this kind of stuff a lot, but it was unclear why it happened, as no credible source had come forward to claim responsibility. So the internet set to work to get the answers. As they had the order numbers, they contacted Walmart's customer service pretending that Phil was their senile old uncle. It turns out that under the rules of the pre-order, you can only buy 1 Nintendo Switch. But for some unknown reason, Phil was greedy and needed 2 of them, so Walmart cancelled his order, and that was the great Nintendo Switch mystery solved. That's us pretty much up to date with the story, so what are our main characters up to these days? Well, Kino Casino are still live streaming on Kick and cover Darkside Phil from time to time. Review Tech USA called the PWR show to try and embarrass the Burger King fanatic, but instead got felted. Ethan Ralph called the PWR show to try and embarrass the Burger King fanatic, but instead got felted as well. So he said a racial slur to try and get the stream banned from...
Oh yeah, I was about to say, didn't you just start repeating the N-word over and over again?
YouTube, then asked his fans to go and report PWR, but thankfully this didn't work and PWR's channel was still on YouTube. Darkside Phil was...
Yeah, like, talk about a fucking asshole thing to do.
cancelled his wrestling show, regularly doesn't hit his donation goals, so spends a long time lecturing his viewers to give him more money, which in turn makes the stream very boring so people donate less to him. He also thinks that if you eat
It is amazing how each haircut that he gets just looks like worse and worse. Some people have thrown out the theory that his wife is the one cutting his hair, and there might be some truth to that when you think about it. That or just, I mean, like, what are stylists thinking? Or there's no way that's like a barber. No way a barber would go and do that to him. But then again, they do what they ask me. Does he think like these cuts look good?
Chicken nuggets, you will die. He did eventually get his Nintendo Switch, but sadly this came after his enemies at the Kino Casino got their ones first. Phil has gone viral all over the internet a few times for poorly playing computer games, bringing a whole new generation of haters to his channel, and he cried over his digital bird dying in Minecraft. And as for PWR, he got his channel monetized and is now earning a living on YouTube, so he has been able to take his mother out for dinner. He has moved out of his mother's basement and now has his own apartment. He is in talks with Kino Casino to meet up in real life and film a documentary with them. He continues to love live streaming, so much so that he stays awake for days in a row as he's so fired up by doing it. And most important of all, he can now afford to buy himself a Burger King meal.
Wait, is that true? Like, I completely fell off at PWR. Not that I was like following him, but like he's out of the house, monetized, and is now doing shit with Kino. Like, is that still accurate? I mean, this is from 2 weeks ago, so...
I didn't really know much about Darkside Phil before making this video. I had heard that he begs a lot and that a lot of people online don't like him very much. But that was about the extent of my knowledge on this topic. In case you missed it, I did a poll asking you guys what video you'd like me to make next, and you picked DSP. So I got to work looking into him to make a video about his life story. But after watching just one of his streams, it soon became apparent that I really didn't want to watch hours and hours of DSP streams. And luckily a few people had left comments on the poll saying that I should look into the Kino Casino storyline, so thanks for that guys, you saved my sanity. Phil reminds me of David Brent from The Office, but lacking the laughs. If David Brent had been stuck in a life of streaming to an internet that hates him for decades and dreads his every waking moment. Maybe I'm just jaded because of my job covering internet oddballs, but Phil doesn't seem anywhere near like the worst person I've looked into, so I'm not sure why he gets so much hate. However, he is incredibly soul-destroying to watch. A grey man with a grey life doing grey things. A bleak existence of nothingness and arrested development. Childish consumerism being the only fleeting source of synthetic joy that quickly dissipates as he's reprogrammed to consume the next product. As I said, I don't think he's
what a fucking on target assessment right there.
Really that bad, but at least bad people do interesting things. All of the streams that I watched of Phil are just him whinging and whining and whining and whinging on repeat. Then sometimes he plays with child's toys, then gets straight back into the cycle of whining and whinging and begging and whining and whinging and begging. As you have no doubt noticed from my dry dead husk of a personality, I'm not a super big fan of loud over the top people, so Kino Casino are a bit much for my corpse-like disposition. But at least
well, yeah. Rowdy. I mean, think of how much fucking content that Steve of the Dead is dedicated to him.
They actually do something and are funny sometimes, so I honestly feel that I would have struggled to make it through this video without them injecting some life into the situation. I don't really understand why people follow Phil, but something I've come across with Darkside Phil detractors is people saying that sure he's boring at the start, and at the start he doesn't really seem that bad, but you need to watch him for a long time to appreciate the nuances of his personality. Then once you get this, you will start to hate him with a passion. This reminds me of when I first started smoking. It was truly disgusting at the start for about a month, but I powered through it. Then one day I got why people started to smoke. And the big reward at the end of powering through is likely that one day I'll get lung cancer. Great. Probably best not to power through at the start, I guess. I feel like I'm being a bit harsh on Phil, but these are just the things that I honestly think. One thing that I did like about him was his laugh. In the interest of full disclosure and to make the motivations in the story more clear, I did contact Kino Casino and Darkside Phil for their side of the story. Phil messaged me once but then didn't reply to my question, so I was left to guess his side of things. I do wonder why he teamed up with Review Tech USA though, as it did seem pretty obvious that Rich wouldn't be on his side. PPP told me in his messages acknowledges that he never really set out to felt Phil, but planned to have him around as someone to use for dunking on Review Tech USA, and just as someone to orbit around that he could bring on from time to time. But as time went by, it became clear that Phil was very difficult to work with, so he started to put him through humiliation rituals to see how far he could push him. I think that PWR was really the standout star of this story, and a good find by the casino. I look forward to watching the documentary that they make together, and I'm sure that I'll tune into the casino every now and again, as they can be pretty funny. So let's wish everyone involved with this story the best with their lives, and hope that the casino don't felt PWR. Watch this video about What If Autist and his colossal Christmas meltdown. Like, share, subscribe and comment, as I hear that that's a good thing that will help me. Thanks to the channel members and the Patreons, and bye bye.
Try not to get felted.
Well, that was quite the trip, folks. That was something else, I must say. Wow. I wish I could like hang out more and digest what we just watched, but like I said, unfortunately, my father had different ideas for our plans today, so I have to I mean, all I'll say is, like, wow, just to relive all that, and just the utter self-own by Phil. It's like, this is up there. This is up there with, like, the Side Scrollers interview, where Phil just totally made himself, like he went in thinking like, okay, this is really going to change things for the better for me, and it was just the exact opposite. Just totally made him look so much worse, and him not even realizing it until people were flat out telling him like, no, you look horrible from this. But yeah, have a good one, folks. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Shout out to channel member Humalong. Thank you. Also, who was it? Someone oh yeah, Mumu Buckaroo for the $5 donation. And on the YouTube side, you'll go over to King Jad's bingo. And there's no one on Twitch, so no one will be rating there. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Next stream will probably be Tuesday for more Karma. Might be able to finish it off then. I need to see how much is left. If it's reasonable, then I'll try to finish it off then. And then next weekend, go back to more stuff like this. Anyways, have a good one, folks.